So now we will see destructuring in JavaScript. So guys, basically the destructuring helps in order to unpack the object properties into variables, and this we are going to check with the help of examples as well. And this is the syntax in order to destructure any objects in the JavaScript. So guys, over here we have the let keyword followed by the open and close curly braces over here. We can also have the square brackets for string or the array objects as well, and then followed by the equal to operator, and then we have the object name over here. So guys, simply we can destructure the object in this way in order to refer to the properties that we have defined inside the object. So let us check this with the help of examples in VS Code over here. So simply we are going to create a new file in this case. So we have destructure.js file over here. Now guys, what we will do is inside this file simply we are going to create a person object. So it is equal to, inside the open and close curly braces, this particular person object will have multiple properties. So let's say we have first name, and then we provide colon, and then let's say the name of the person is John, and then followed by last name property over here. We will provide the value as Doe in this case, and then let us say we have another property that is age over here. So let's say the person is 22 years old. Now guys, what we can do is if we want to print the first name and the last name combination over here, simply we can have the console.log statement, and inside the string literal we will have dollar symbol, and then inside the curly braces simply we will use the person object followed by dot character and the first name property, and then similarly we will provide the last name as well. So over here we have person followed by dot, and then we have last name. So let me just save this file now and try running this code over here on the terminal by using the node command followed by the name of the JavaScript file. So as you can see, we are getting first name and last name, that is John Doe, that we have defined inside this particular object. Now guys, if you notice, both the times we have used the person object over here. Can we just remove this person object so that our code becomes more readable and more shorter? So let us check that as well. So what if we only provide the first name and last name over here? So simply we will remove the person object from here. Let me just save this file now and try running this code once again over here on the terminal. As you can see, we are getting the error. That's because first name is not defined. So guys, over here both these properties, that is first name and last name, are present inside this object, that is person in this case, and we cannot access them directly just by using their names. We have to use the person object over here, and that is where we can use the destructuring in order to make the variable names shorter in this case, and we don't have to use the person object. So how do we do destructuring this time? So simply we can follow this particular syntax for destructuring. So let me just provide the let keyword followed by open and close curly braces, and over here simply we will say first name followed by comma, and then we have the last name over here, it is equal to, and simply we will use the name of the object, that is person, as the right hand side over here. So guys, as you can see, now we have defined the first name and last name separately as the variables, and now we can use these variable names in order to display the properties of this particular person. So let us check that as well when we save this file now and try running this code once again over here on the terminal. So as you can see, now we are getting John Doe over here. And what if we provide the age property as well? How do we do that? Simply we have to include the age property again inside this open and close curly braces over here, and then again we have to use the age property, that is the variable that we have defined after the destructuring syntax, in order to display the value of the age. So guys, over here let me just provide the age value as well, and then after that we will say years in this case. So guys, basically we will display first name, last name followed by hyphen, and then the value of the age followed by the years string over here. Let me just save this file now and try running this code once again over here on the terminal. So as you can see, John Doe and then hyphen and then 22 years old. And if we change any data, let's say we have 23 as the age, and then we have some other person, that is the first name is Smith and last name is Maxwell over here. So let me just save this file now and try running this code once again over here. As you can see, Smith Maxwell and then 23 years of age. So guys, in this way we can easily use the destructuring syntax in order to not use the object name every time whenever we are using the properties of the object. And not only this particular object, but also the string variables or the arrays can also be destructured in this way. We will check the examples of those objects as well in some time. Now there is another capability of this destructuring syntax. So what we can do is, let us say we have another variable and we can provide the default value for that variable. So let's say we have the country variable over here followed by colon, and then simply we can provide the country, that is US, and then we have the equal to operator, and then let's say the country is US over here. So what we will do is simply we are going to print that country as well. So over here we will say country variable. So guys, let me just run this code once again over here on the terminal. So as you can see, we are getting the country as US this time. So basically you can provide the default value for a specific variable that you have defined inside the destructuring syntax over here, in case the value for that particular property is not present inside the original object in this case. Now guys, apart from this, it is very important to note that destructuring can also be used with strings, arrays and the other iterables as well. So guys, let us check the destructuring of the string variable over here. So let me just move to the VS Code with the help of the variable str, and then over here we will have the value as JavaScript. So guys, basically we have the JavaScript value, and when we say we want to destructure this particular string value, every character inside the string will be stored inside another variable. So guys, let me just provide the let keyword followed by inside the open and close square brackets over here. Simply we can define the different variables. So let's say we have C1, C2, C3 and so on. We have up to C5 over here. It is equal to, and then simply we can provide the object on the right hand side, that is str, and then let's say we want to provide the console.log statement over here, and if we want to print the first character, that is C1 in this case, simply we can provide C1, which should display J as the first character. When we save this file now and try running this code on the terminal, so as you can see, we have the J character as the first character over here. Similarly, we can print the other characters as well, that is C1 up to C5. Let us see what will be the output. All of the characters will be separated using the space character over here, as that is the default delimiter that is used inside the console.log statement. So as you can see, we have the first 5 characters from the JavaScript string over here. So guys, in this way we can destructure the string variable as well. Apart from this, we can also destructure. So over here, let us say we have the ARR as the array variable, and then let's say we have the elements, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when we want to destructure this particular array, simply we will use the destructuring syntax over here. So we use the let keyword followed by the open and close square brackets, and then let us define the variables, that is A1, A2, A3 and then up to A4 over here. It is equal to ARR, that is the array object, and then simply we will have the console.log statement, and let's say we want to print the first element of the array by using the A1 variable. Let me just run this code once again over here using the node command and the name of the JavaScript file. So as you can see, we are getting the first element of that particular array, and then we can also print the other elements as well. So we have A2, A3 and then A4 as well. And we run this code once again over here, as you can see, we are now getting the top 4 elements from the array. So guys, in this way you can easily use the destructuring in JavaScript based on the object that you are using. Now guys, apart from this, you can also do the swapping of the 2 values using the destructuring. So guys, over here we have seen the first name and the last name of this particular person. So again we are going to define the 2 strings over here. So let's say we have the first string, this time it is equal to John in this case, and then we have another string, that is last variable over here, which is going to be Doe. So guys, basically we have the first name and the last name over here. What if we want to print the combination of this particular first name and last name? So guys, simply we will say before swapping it is equal to, and then we have the dollar symbol over here, and then first of all we say first and then followed by last in this case. So guys, basically we are simply printing the combination of the first and the last names over here. Let me just run this code once again. So as you can see, before swapping we have John Doe over here. Now guys, we also want to swap, and then we are going to print after swapping over here. Again we are going to have the same sequence of the first name and last name in this case, and then when we run this code once again over here, as you can see, before swapping and after swapping we are getting the same right hand side, that is John Doe over here. But on the second console.log statement, we first of all want to be present present, and then we want the John to be present over here. So we want to swap both, that is first name and last name. What we can do is simply we will use the destructuring syntax over here. So in this case, when we say first and then followed by last over here, notice that we have used the open and close square brackets, and then in between we have a comma. It is equal to, and on the right hand side simply we are going to provide open and close square brackets, and first we will use the last variable over here followed by a comma, and then we have the first variable. So as you can see, this last value will be assigned to the first value, and the first value should get assigned to the last value based on this particular destructuring syntax. And now you will see that after swapping we have Doe followed by John in this case. So let me just save this file now and try running this code once again over here on the terminal. So as you can see, before swapping John Doe, and then after swapping we have Doe John in this case. So guys, in this way, if you want to swap the two variables, you can use the destructuring syntax just like how we have done over here in order to achieve your task. So guys, comment in the comment section below whether you have learned something out of this video. Please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to this channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. I'll see you in the next video in which we are going to talk about regular expressions in JavaScript. So stay tuned.